Alan, maraming salamat sa pagkakataong ito at ito'y usapang impeachment, usapang politika at lahat-lahat ng pwedeng pag-usapan.
No, thank you, Kuya Boy. There are things that are urgent, there are things that are important. But I think for our nation, especially accountability ang pinag-uusapan. Masyado tong importante na hindi natin to himayin.
Okay. Marami ng boses ang naririnig natin pagdating sa impeachment. Kumbaga, sumabog na. Ang dami ng involved, which I think is good and bad at the same time. Good dahil mapag-usapan, maraming nalalaman ng taong bayan. Bad dahil it can also be confusing. Kaya importante na nahihimay natin at kahit papaano marami tayong taong natutulungan na maunawaan ang ilang bagay tungkol sa mga nangyayari sa impeachment trial ng ating Vice President Sara Duterte. Gusto ko dito umpisahan kasi ito ang isa sa pinakabago. Pumasok ang ombudsman. Dahil sabi niya, he ordered the Vice President to answer the complaint filed by the House. So maraming mga issues, maraming reaksyon. Ano ang iyong reaksyon tungkol dito?
Well, let me agree with you muna, Kuya Boy, that it's good. No, because both the American Constitution and the Filipino Constitution, which halos lahat ng constitution natin o lahat ng constitution natin ay inspired ng American Constitution, is really based on accountability. In fact, some would say distrust, di ba? Na you don't trust royalty or a king or a monarchy, kaya ka nga meron executive, legislative, at judiciary, interdependent, but also may check and balance. I think it's mostly good. Ang bad part naman is more of the fake news. I also say it's good, Kuya Boy, kasi, I mean, ikaw, you're a student of world politics. At di ba nakakalungkot, Kuya Boy, pagka may bansa na kahit napakayaman, pag hindi bumoboto yung mga tao, hindi sila involved, hindi sila nagko-comment, then nagigising silang isang araw, eto ba bansa ko? So, I think it's mostly good. Marami lang kasi talagang fake news. And magandang example po yung sa ombudsman. Okay? So, let me start there, Kuya Boy, no? Kasi meron fact, meron opinion.
Okay.
Di ba? So, ganun din sa batas, may doktrina, meaning sasabihin mo, yan yung existing doctrine ngayon, di ba? A good example niyan is, di ba, medyo iba-iba yung opinion nung sinabing dinisqualify yung nanalong candidate sa Manila and then ang second placer ang uupo. And then may lumabas na Supreme Court decision na sabing hindi pwede yung second placer, di ba? So what my point is, Kuya Boy, is that it's a fact, this is halaman. If I look, if it's tunay na halaman, it's a fact na tunay na halaman. Kung plastic, then it's artificial. What's an opinion? Maganda ba, Kuya Boy? Kasi baka yung maganda sa'yo, hindi sa akin.
Subjective, in other words.
So, good example yung sa ombudsman. Kasi ako, naawa din ako sa ombudsman. Kasi kung hindi siya kumilos kaagad, ang sasabihin kita mo, walang nangyayari sa ombudsman, ang tagal-tagal. Nung kumilos siya kaagad, bakit ka sumagot kaagad? Bakit ka ba't mo pinadala kaagad? Walang nag-complain, no? So, there's a leading congressman na nagsasabi nga na if you look at some Supreme Court decisions, pag impeachable yung officer, hindi mo siya pwedeng kasuhan muna sa ombudsman. Dapat ma-impeach muna. Okay. In the meantime, if I'm not mistaken, nag-statement yung ombudsman that he will give way to the impeachment court. So meron naman respected law professor na naglagay sa Facebook na, sandali lang ha, hindi immune ang vice president sa suit. So pwedeng tumuloy yung ombudsman. So all of these are opinions, kaya fair game, di ba? But, alimbawa, Kuya Boy, yung nagsasabing hindi pwedeng i-dismiss ng impeachment or ng trial court, ng impeachment court, yung Senado yon, ang impeachment complaint, di ba? That's not an opinion. It's a fact that you can dismiss it, you can hear it. And when you hear it, you can acquit or you can convict. Why can you dismiss? Because always, ang unang titignan ng korte, yung jurisdiction. So ngayon, may jurisdiction ba o hindi? Opinion ulit yon. So ang point ko lang, Kuya Boy, sa sobrang emotional nung issue, and hindi lang naman to impeachment kung sino din ang gusto mong kandidato o hindi sa 2028. I'm talking about the public, ha? Kami kasi nag-swear kami, di ba? Political neutrality. So, dapat, hindi namin iniisip yon. But yung mga nagko-comment, hindi mo matatanggal na sa isip nila. So, naghahalo-halo ngayon lahat, Kuya Boy, yung facts at saka, kaya maraming fake news ngayon. Maraming nagsasabing, hindi pwede yan. Kaya, nung isang araw, ang sinabi ko sa media, ako'y nakikiusap sa legal luminaries, sa mga law deans, law professors, iklaro natin yung hindi dapat at yung hindi pwede. Di ba? Yung what you can do and what you shouldn't do are two different things. You're under contract sa isang big network, di ba? And it's under MTRCB. So, Kuya Boy, you should not curse and you cannot curse. I-edit yon, di ba? But you go on Netflix, Kuya Boy. I still say you should not curse, but you can. Kasi sa Netflix pwede. Di ba? So, dun ngayon ang karamihan ng confusion. Dun sa anong gusto mo as an individual mangyari sa court. Pero nako-confuse yung non-lawyers kasi kino-confuse din ng ibang lawyers kung anong pwede at hindi pwedeng gawin ng court. Pero dapat maingay tayo kung anong dapat at hindi dapat gawin ng impeachment
Okay.
court.
Hihimayin natin lahat yan, Alan. Pero doon muna sa point na ang confusion is largely caused by fake news. Pero pwede rin ako makonfuse.
Or circumstances, Kuya Boy. I mean, one factor lang. Kasi remember, Kuya Boy, ilan pa lang ba ang impeachment na umabot sa Senado? Pangatlo pa lang to eh. Di ba?
Okay.
So, ang US Constitution is 1789.
Correct.
So, ilang daan taon na. Tayo 1987, pangatlo pa lang to. So, to be
yung
fair,
tatlong impeachment cases na umabot sa Senado, pangalanan natin, ERAP,
for president,
for
di ba?
president.
Impeachment case na hindi
Corona.
natapos. CJ Corona na natapos.
Okay.
Tapos ngayon, yung kay VP Duterte na nasa Senate.
Okay.
So, pangatlo pa lang, Kuya Boy.
Okay.
So, partly lang yung confusion ay doon sa fake news. Partly din dahil nga hindi pa buo lahat ng doktrina natin tungkol dyan eh. In fact, nung yung impeachment kay President Arroyo, impeachment kay President Erap, impeachment kay Ombudsman Gutierrez,
Mercedita.
maraming umakyat sa Supreme Court ng mga kaso.
Okay.
So, that's another thing, part ng confusion.
At saka ang confusion ang gagaling din sa napakaraming opinion, hindi nanggagaling sa fake news. Nanggagaling sa napakaraming tao na marurunong. Kasi ngayon, free market of ideas tayo. Ang dami naming naririnig, ang daming nababasa. So, hindi natin, hindi namin malaman sino bang aming paniniwalaan.
But for example, Kuya Boy, diba, kung idol mo itong dean na to, o
Correct.
idol mo itong former justice, tapos sinabi niyang, unconstitutional yan, hindi ka naman abogado, de lahat na kayo nagsasabing unconstitutional
At kung
yun.
saan ang leanings mo.
Nasaan ang leanings mo?
Oo.
Di ba? So, tapos sasabihin niya, hold them accountable. Pag dinismiss yan, you're not holding her accountable.
Okay.
So, uulitin mo na yon. That's why nga, hindi ko pinapakiusapan yung madlang public. Di ba? Because nga, they also get their information from the legal luminaries. Di ba? So, halimbawa, pagka may sinabi akong off topic on tangent about artista, about networks, and you tell me, de Alan, ganito kasi yan. Kuya Boy, ikaw pinaniniwalaan ko sa ganyan eh.
Oo.
Di ba? Or kung sino man ang barkada ko dyan sa showbiz. So, uulitin ko ngayon. Kung tama, okay. Kung mali, so that's why it gets confusing. Remember, Kuya Boy, we haven't had an impeachment na final mo not only on the last day of the session nung Senado, but also in the middle of an election. Alam mo, sa ordinaryong kaso sa US, di ba? Kasi jury yan. And we're more like a jury than judges. Now, why do I say that? Sa Pilipinas kasi, single judge yan eh. MTC, RTC, isang judge. Pagdating mo sa Court of Appeals and then sa Supreme Court, mas marami yan. 3, 5. Unless mag-en bank ka, 15 yan. But kami 23, may abogado, meron hindi abogado. So we're more like a jury. And sa jury sa Amerika, the judge, paalalahanin lang sa'yo kung anong batas. And then kapag ka-toxic masyado yung media at saka yung environment, isi-sequester ka, Kuya Boy, di ba? Ilalagay ka lahat sa isang hotel, walang TV, walang dyaryo, ay, hindi ka pwede magbasa para hindi ka bias. So can you imagine, Kuya Boy, i-impeachment ka, gitna ng kampanyahan, Alam naman natin ang Pilipino, pag 3 years before, pag midterm, ang iniisip na 2028. O, alam naman natin nung inaresto at dinala sa Hague ang dating Pangulo, lalong naging emotional na ngayon. So after that, and then may impeachment, so naghalo-halo talaga, Kuya Boy. So I'm not blaming anyone. I'm just saying, nandito tayo.
Okay. Na-mention mo yung final ang articles of impeachment sa Senado February 5 election. Dito nang gagaling yung akusasyon sa Senado na pinatulog ng Senado ang kasong ito ng ilang buwan. Tama.
Pero, Kuya Boy, kung ang trabaho ko ay Monday to Friday, pinadala mo sa akin Friday, delay ba pag sinabi kong Monday natin?
Correct. Pero dito nang gagaling yun, Alan,
Dyan
di ba?
isang
Dito nang gagaling na hindi patas yung sinasabing pinatulog ng Senado dahil February 5, nag-eleksyon, kaya naging June 2, napos mo to June 11, dahil nga maraming circumstances ang nangyari from February 5 to June 2 and 11.
And I don't blame the idealistic. Na dapat inumpisan nyo, etc.
Kaagad-agad.
But kami sa Senado, we have to be both idealistic at practical. For example, if we started it June 2, hindi rin matatapos, Kuya Boy, ng June 29 eh. Di ba? If you started June 2, mag-i-issue ka ng summons, 10 days. And then sasagot yung kabila, 5 days. And then pag-convene namin after 15 days, ang unang issue pa muna nun, may jurisdiction ba? Kasi sinasabi nga ng side nila, Vice President Duterte, na mahigit isa ang final in
1 year.
In 1 year. By that time, issue naman tatawid ba to sa 20? In the meantime, ilan napaka-importanting national legislation, mga bills, na mabibinbin, na hindi...
So you needed January 2 to January 10 para pagtuunan ng pansin yung mga nakabinbin na mga bills.
Yeah.
Yun ang dahilan.
To be fair, naging reasonable lahat.
Okay.
Kasi nga, di ba, dapat sa 11 na kami. Pero nga, ng 9 and 10, nagkaroon na ng mga motion, di ba? But if people were not reasonable on the 10th, hindi namin natapos nung 11th.
But that was the intention, Alan,
Yes.
na pinuspone ng Senado yung June 2 to June 11.
Well, clear kasi sa akin, Kuya Boy, na yun yung intention. But, grabe yung reaction ng media at ng maraming tao.
na dinidelay.
So, nung 9, pumasok ngayon si Senate Minority Leader Coco Pimentel at si Deputy Minority Leader si Sen Risa because nakita nila may ano tayo, may public clamor, meron ano. So, ngayon na to. Diba?
Okay.
But that was more symbolic, Kuya Boy. Kasi whether you did it Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, diba? That's why nga when I came in to say na, ba't na lang natin hindi isole? Hindi ko drenowing. Baka on hindsight, dapat drenowing ko nilagay ko sa board. But sinabi ko, either way, whether we started on 2, 10, or 11, talagang after SONA talaga ang uupo talaga yung impeachment court.
Okay. Ang debate doon ng ibang mga tao ay, basta makita lang namin na you were paying attention to the impeachment, priority nyo ang impeachment case. I think that became very, very emotional.
Hindi pwedeng hindi mag-multitask ang Senado.
Correct, I understand that. Pero babalikan ko lamang yung ombudsman. So, klaro na ang jurisdiksyon ng ombudsman ay hindi sakop ang impeachable officials. Yun ang lumalabas. Tama.
Ay, hindi. Kuya Boy, yung kasing Pangulo, siya lang po talaga ang merong immunity from suit. So, sa 6 years na nakaupo yan, hindi mo pwede demanda.
Okay.
In the meantime kasi, may kaso long ago pa to na isang judge kakasuhan, ang sabi ng Supreme Court, hindi muna kasi that interferes with our independence. Admin case muna. Then may binabanggit nga si Chairman Congressman Chua na may cases wherein sinabi pag impeachable, dapat impeach muna. But some law deans disagree with that. Sa US kasi, Kuya Boy, may na-impeach na judge. Kasi sa US, pati federal judges, subject to impeachment. Hindi na-impeach yung judge na na-convict siya criminally. So imagine impeachable officer and judge, kinasuhan ng criminal case, nasa kulungan na siya, judge pa rin siya. So they have to impeach him pa after. So, but theoretically, as you say, President Nixon, di ba, nung palapit ng impeachment, nag-resign na lang. Tapos pinardon siya. Sa atin, nangyari na rin yon, di ba? Na i-impeach, nag-resign, hindi na lang tinuloy yung impeachment. So, yun ang sinasabi ko, Kuya Boy, na bata pa yung jurisdiction din dito eh. Kasi
Okay.
ako nandun na ako sa leaning ng except for the Supreme Court, the judges, pwede mong kasuhan criminally eh. Kasi nga, wala naman siyang immunity from suit eh. Kung sasabihin mong kailangan matapos, for example, ang COA, yung mga constitutional officers, COMELEC, di ba? So you mean kung 7 years sila, nag-commit sila ng crime ng first year na malinaw, let's say, graft and corruption. You mean hindi ko sila pwedeng kasuhan unless ma-impeach muna? For me, ano yan?
Bilang ombudsman.
Oo. Yun yung opinion ko as a lawyer, as
Okay.
Alang Cayetano. But again nga, kasi yung jurisprudence, it could apply to everyone or it could apply lang to a certain group of impeachable officers.
Okay. Kasi may mga katanungan din na bakit, why do a preliminary investigation? Ombudsman pa rin ako. Nag-convene ang Senado na impeachment court.
Magkaiba kasi, Kuya Boy, at saka wala naman double
But it
jeopardy
makes sense
doon.
to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, wag na, kasi nga emotional dahil we're talking about the Vice President who many people believe is the leading candidate for 2028 for President. And then, of course, because of the arrest of her father, former President Duterte. But let's talk about simple impeachable officer. Okay. What if a COMELEC official, red-handed, at nangyari to dati, di ba? Nagkabayaran dun sa machines. Lumabas lahat ng cheque. Nagkaroon ng star witness na sinabi, nandun ako mismo nung binigay yung pera. Etong machines na to, pwedeng dayain. You mean to tell me, kailangan mo pang hintayin yung impeach ng House at itry ng Senate bago mo kasuhan yung official na yon?
I get that.
I may be wrong,
Okay.
kasi it's up to the Supreme Court to decide. But in that case, Kuya Boy, diba, walang emosyon. Parang logic na hihintayin mo pa. Kung yung machines pwede mandaya, paano kung pati congressman at senador dinaya?
Congresswoman Laila de Lima raised a point about the ombudsman. Now, while the Senate impeachment trial is happening, what if the ombudsman decides that there is no probable cause and dismisses the case filed in the ombudsman?
The former senator was also a former justice secretary. Alam niya naman to eh. Ang problema nga, inuuna niya yung politika eh. No? So, first of all, alam naman niya hindi tayo bound by what the ombudsman says. So, the ombudsman can say walang probable cause as far as anti-graft and corruption laws. But we can say sa impeachment court, she's guilty. If we find her guilty, and then yung penalty not only of removal, but pwede nang hindi tumakbo, di ba? On the other hand kasi, for example, sinabi ng ombudsman, may probable cause. Then people will say, see, she's being held accountable. Ang problema nun, Kuya Boy, matagal yun. Abot pa ng Supreme Court. Pwede siyang tumakbo sa 2028. That's why nga, yung ilang political groups, mas gusto nila impeachment kasi mapagbabawal si VP Sara from running in 2028.
Okay, I get that. So, hiwalay. Magkaiba ang ombudsman at saka ang impeachment court, Senate as an impeachment
As far
court.
as kami, we're concerned, in the
Hindi
other
makaka-apekto yun.
impeachment cases that we were, kung gumalaw ang DOJ o ang ombudsman, baka nga hindi na kami nag-file ng impeachment. The reality is nga, Kuya Boy, sa Pilipinas, after the impeachment, ma-remove yung official. Wala nang naghahabol sa kanya.
Okay.
Unlike kapag ikaw ay nakasuhan sa korte o sa ombudsman, hanggang matapos ang korte. Hanggang matapos ko sa Sandigan Bayan man yan or sa RTC hanggang sa Supreme Court, hahabulin ka. Pero ang experience ko sa impeachment court, di ba? So, nung natanggal si President Erap, hinabol pa ba ng impeachment court ang Senado? O, nung natanggal si CJ Corona, di ba? Pinasa na yan sa korte. Having said that, it's emotional nga, Kuya Boy, because it's part of the developing political alignments for 2028.
Okay. Marami pang mga issues na nakapaligid dito sa issue ng ombudsman, but Ombudsman Martires has answered a lot of those questions. And we're not going to go there because it's not...
Yun lang ang emphasis ko na hindi naman pwedeng pag mabilis yung ombudsman, galit tayo. Pag mabagal, galit din tayo. So, tayo naman ang lawmakers eh. O baka dapat baguhin natin ang batas at bigyan yung ombudsman ng time period. Pero to be fair to the ombudsman, it's not perfect. I haven't reviewed all of his record. Pero I've seen cases where tinitira siya, ang tagal nito, tapos sinabi niya. Ngayon naman na mabilis, galit din.
At saka meron din mga lumabas sa mga balita na yung complaint walang pumirma. Sinabi naman ng ombudsman, dumaan yan sa Secretary General, and all these points. But let's go to one of the most controversial statements of the Senate President na talagang pinag-usapan. Sabi niya, the Senate Impeachment Court can dismiss the case. Ito na yung, kanina you were starting to talk about it.
Yes.
Can dismiss the case. Ano ba ang ibig sabihin noon?
Okay. So, Kuya Boy, pag nag-file ka ng kaso sa kahit anong korte, ang unang titignan dyan ay yung jurisdiction. And to not be very technical about it, it's simple. The authority or the lack of authority to try the case. Di ba? So, for example, kinasuhan mo ako sa MTC, pero ang jurisdiction sa RTC, i-dismiss ng MTC yan. Kinasuhan mo ako sa ombudsman, pero hindi ako covered ng ombudsman dahil private businessman ako at wala akong dealing sa gobyerno, i-dismiss ng ombudsman yan. Di ba? So, sa Supreme Court, meron sila tinatawag na prohibited pleadings. Di ba? So, may mga sinasabi ko anong prohibited, o whether motion niya or pleadings, di ba? Ang prohibition mo lang sa Senado, yung lang nakalagay sa konstitusyon. So, for example, hindi kami pwede mag-impeach ng hindi impeachable officer. Di ba? But yun lang ang limitation. Then, sa rules namin. So, yung dalas ko marinig ngayon, kung wala sa rules nyo, hindi nyo pwedeng gawin. Hindi kami pwede mag-CR. Wala sa rules namin na pwede kang tumayo tapos pwede ka mag-CR Oh. So, pero pwede mong... So, but to go to the main point, Kuya Boy, no? We should not dismiss outrightly unless it's a question of grave violation of the Constitution. Di ba? So, kasi ang nabenta kasi nung ibang advocates ng hindi nyo man lang titignan yung ebidensya, i-dismiss nyo na. Okay? That's always the case if you question the jurisdiction. Di ba? So when you go to the ICC, kay President Duterte, ano ba unang question ng abogado ni President Duterte? Hindi ba tinanong niya, you have no jurisdiction over us kasi umalis na kami. Wala pang ebidensya ang pinapakita doon. Wala pa.
Okay.
Pero nagsabi yung korte, sandali lang, may jurisdiction. So the court should not acquit or convict you without looking at the evidence. Klaro yun, Kuya Boy. Paano ka naman magsasabing guilty or not guilty kung hindi mo pa tinitingnan yung ebidensya? Pero yung jurisdiction, yung i-dismiss mo kasi tingin mo may problema. But either way kasi, Kuya Boy, tingin ko dito kung hindi namin i-dismiss, questionin yan sa Supreme Court whether na-violate yung more than one. If the Supreme Court,
One-year ban.
If the Supreme Court doesn't decide, tuloy-tuloy lang kami. Kung walang TRO, tuloy-tuloy lang kami. But if we do decide na sandali lang may violation to nung one-year ban, therefore hindi dapat umabot sa amin ito, ang mangyayari nito, I'm sure, tutuloy sa Supreme
Is
Court.
that where the Senate President was coming from?
No.
Yung sinabi niya that the impeachment court can actually dismiss the
Kasi,
case.
Kuya Boy, may halo na to ng ng intriga kay Senate President of how he handles the impeachment court. Kasi may nagsasabi, ang pinanggalingan nito, yung sinabi nila na dapat in-overrule niya si Senator Bato nung sinabi niyang, I will move to dismiss. Okay. But, Kuya Boy, if the Senate President said na, you're out of order, and then he appealed, so sinabi ni Senator Bato, okay, tell me where in the rules na nakalagay dyan na hindi kami pwede mag-move dahil mali, walang jurisdiction or dahil nga na ano yung ban. Sabi mo may cite pa rin si Senate President. Senator Bato can appeal. Magbobotohan yun ngayon. Alam ko yan, Kuya Boy, kasi ako yung unang in-appeal yung sinabi ni Senate President Enrile sa case ni CJ Corona. I disagreed kung sino pwedeng isupina o hindi. In-overrule niya ako, I appeal. Kaya nagbotohan. No? So, ang point, Kuya Boy, kung nagbotohan, sino susundin namin? Yung minority o yung majority? Di ba? So, kung sasabihin ni Cheese, 15 kayo or 13 kayo na bumoto to dismiss, tuloy pa rin kami. O 10 lang kami. Pwede ba yon? And then, to convict, you need 16. So, there are real considerations in all of this. The Senate President has never said, let's dismiss it.
No. I wanna understand that. Kung halimbawa, nung nag-motion si Senator Bato na i-dismiss, pwede pala yon na halimbawa, 12 bumoto na, o i-dismiss natin, pwede pa rin yung natitirang mga senador?
Hindi pwede.
Hindi na pwede.
I mean,
dismiss na yun.
That's what I'm saying, Kuya Boy,
Oo.
na throughout history, sometimes tama yung minority. Pero majority rule eh.
Okay.
Di ba? So, sa ordinary yung korte, Kuya Boy, pag nag-disagree, so for example, no, sa Court of Appeals, di ba, kung hindi sila unanimous 3, magdadagdag kang 2, may 5. Sa ordinary korte, kapag ka yung judge sinabi, inhibit mo yan, papalitan yon. O, sa atin ngayon, sinabi, si ganitong 2 senador, pumunta dun sa activity, nandun si VP Sara, inhibit. Assuming, Kuya Boy, nag-inhibit sila. Yung boto na yun is for Sara. Kasi pag every time mag-inhibit ka, ang natanggal mo lang sa kanila, makapagsalita sila sa korte at makaboto sa motion. Pero, counted na yun as an acquittal. Kasi you need 16 to convict eh. So, every single one na mawala, para ka na rin bumoto to acquit. O, so, paano kung bumawi naman ngayon yung mga senador na sumama kay VP Sara sa isang activity? So, sandali lang. Prosecutor, dun kay Senator Risa nag-oath eh. O, hindi ba bias din yan? Dapat mag-inhibit din yan. Mauubos kami sa korte. Di ba? So, that's what...
I get that.
Oo.
Balikan ko lamang yung sinabi ni SP Cheese Escudero na we can dismiss. Ang kinakapitan kasi ng kanyang mga kritiko ay hindi lang sinasabi ng konstitusyon. Ang sinasabi ng konstitusyon, ang trabaho ng Senado as an impeachment court is to try and decide,
Yes.
but not to dismiss.
Always part of the trial is to determine kung may jurisdiction.
Okay. So yung jurisdiction na sinasabi natin dito, Alan, ay yung 1 year.
Yung 1 year.
Ban.
So kung ang sasabihin, i-dismiss kasi wala namang ebidensya, we can do it but we shouldn't, ma-overturn kami ng Supreme Court.
Okay.
So kung ang ginawa ni Senator Bato or any senator, no, you know, I think most of us here believe na pampolitika lang to. I don't even need to see the evidence. We should dismiss. Then, halimbawa, majority dismissed. Then you can go up to the Supreme Court. Hindi mo man lang trinay eh. Di ba?
Okay.
But for example, Kuya Boy, no, you said na the person you brought the impeachment case against is not an impeachable officer. So we dismissed it based on jurisdiction. Wala kaming jurisdiction, hindi impeachable officer yan. No? I'm not talking about now the Duterte. Ano. If you disagree with me, you go to the Supreme Court. But we can dismiss. So that's why I'm saying na masyadong maselan. So maselan tong issue about yung one year. Kasi Kuya Boy, nangyari na in the past yan. Both sides nangyari na halimbawa yung unang final na mas malakas, meron magfa-file ng kasunod-sunod. Meron din naman makikipag-unahan. Ifa-file niya na yung mahinang kaso dahil sasabihin niya, pagka yan yung una, hindi ka na pwede mag-file. So, nagkaroon ng mga changes yan sa rules sa House. So, ang naging ng Supreme Court, titignan mo yung many circumstances including not only time. So, pag 4 yung nag-file, let's say 4 days, titignan mo dyan yung pagka pinadala sa Justice Committee and what Congress does with it. But in this case kasi, yung information na dumating sa amin, yung unang 3 dumating na impeachment case, hindi pinagalaw. Hindi pinadala sa Speaker's Office, hindi pinadala sa committee.
Hindi pinagalaw ng Kongreso.
Ng Kongreso.
Okay.
So that's why ang sabi ko, i-return kasi I don't want to make my vote based on yung nabasa ko lang sa dyaryo na hindi gumalaw. I want them to certify. I want them to certify what did you do with the first, what did you do with the second, what did you do third. I'm not asking them to certify na tama ginawa nila. Of course, sasabihin nila tama. I want them to certify anong ginawa nyo. Then, of course, I expect them to say it's constitutional. Kasi based on that, I will make my own judgment na sandali lang, pinaikutan nyo ba yung konstitusyon na pwede pala mag-file ng 3 pero wag mong pagalawin, hihintayin mo yung pang-4.
Alan, hindi ba pwedeng magawa yun na inutusan mo? Kasi by the time nag-convene na ang Senado as an impeachment court, instead of remanding or returning, whatever the word is, hindi ba pwedeng, may term sila, advisory ba? Hindi ba pwedeng sabihin mo na lang sa Kongreso?
Kuya Boy, lahat naman pwede. And I
Okay.
agree with those saying na pwedeng ganito, pwedeng ganyan.
O na ipaliwanag yung tatlo, ano bang nangyari? Para makasigurado tayo.
Yes, but ang question nga is you have a senator and it looks like he has a lot of votes with him
Who wanted
who's
to
saying i-dismiss natin.
Okay.
So di ba, so Kuya Boy, yung between returning and continuing, doon ako sa continuing. Bakit ko naman first option? But between dismissing it that day, June 10, and returning it muna, na wala naman delay at wala naman damage, doon ako sa return.
Okay.
Kasi iniisip ng mga pro-impeachment, pinapabagal. Iniisip naman ng mga anti-impeachment, brinabraso. Iniisip naman ng minority, dinidelay sila. Iniisip naman ng majority, panay na lang minority na susunod.
Also, napag-usapan at marami ang nagtatanong kung you wanted to find out from the House if the complaint was constitutionally and procedurally sound. Is that correct?
Yes, kasi Kuya Boy, hindi rin naman kami pinanganak yesterday. Pare-pareho naman po kaming public servants. So, alam naman namin kasi na there was a problem with the first three. And alam naman namin dun sa last day, dumating yung mga congressman at pinapirma. So, we wanted to give all of them a second chance to look at all of that. And of course, their legal luminaries to see na, did we violate the rules or hindi? Di ba? Of course, it would have been easier for us kung may TRO or may decision na ang Supreme Court. But Kuya Boy, alam mo yung trabaho ng Senate President at ng Majority Leader, no? Just to be fair, kasi parang de facto Majority Leader namin si Joel Villanueva di ba? Kahit naman si si Risa at saka si Coco, questionin mo yan. Kaya yung kay Joel Villanueva na parang, pwede ka that's normal sa amin. So, we have to, as senator judges,
As opposed dun sa pinalabas na tinuturuan ni Joel Villanueva, si
Yes,
Senator Amy Marcos kung anong
sa
sasabihin.
interpretation ng lumabas. Kasi accurate naman yung lumabas.
Oo, dahil
Kaya lang yung
napanood yan ng
nag-comment,
tao.
tinuturuan, inuutusan, etc.
Oo.
Hindi mo naman nakita yung buong video na, sinabi ko yun na nagkakainisan na kasi. Kasi iniisip ng mga pro-impeachment, pinapabagal. Iniisip naman ng mga anti-impeachment, brinabraso. Iniisip naman ng minority, dinidelay sila. Iniisip naman ng majority, panay na lang minority na susunod. So actually, dun sa likod, naririnig ko na rin yun. Bakit sila na lang nagsasalita? Bakit sila ba ang majority? So nung nagtanong si Senator Amy, sinabi na ng Senator Joy, pwede. Ang point of order, you can do
Sabihin mo
anytime.
point of order.
Yeah, so, not to defend, but I'm just saying,
Oo.
dynamic to, Kuya Boy. So like si Senator Cheese, anyone could have stood up there. Except that the day before kasi, di ba, sila Senator Bato, gusto nila June 11 na. Sila Senator Coco, Senator, sabi, hindi, start na tayo ngayon 9.
Risa and
Oo.
Coco.
So, ang naging compromise namin, sige, start na tayo, and then bukas tayo yung lahat na mag-oath. Si Senator Cheese muna ng Monday, Tuesday tayong lahat. Pero nagsabi si Senator Bato, sandali bago tayo mag-oath, magsasalita ako. Kaya hindi ko tinago sa media yun. Sinabi ko sa media, hindi magsasalita yan ng walang laman. Abangan natin kung ano sasabihin. But actually, nung Tuesday, I came medyo, magsa-start na I didn't come early that day So kung nag-start kami 3, parang 3:05 akong dumating, 3:05, 3:10. So, that's why I was, to be fair kay Joel Villanueva, nung unang nagsalita si Senator Bato, tapos tumingin pa ako kay Joel, anong motion? Dismiss? Parang gumano, hindi ko naman pwedeng kausapin si Senator Cheese, nasa taas siya Pero naggaganon din ako sa seat ko, anong motion? Kaya ako, tapos, hindi ko kasi alam kung may order. So, nagtaas akong kamay. Tinanong ko muna, Senator Bato, nabanggit ni Senator Bongo, pwede naman isoli muna. Option ba yun? Sabi niya, hindi. Hindi, umupo muna ako. Pero pinag-isipan ko na doon, Kuya Boy. Ay ko, hindi ako ready bumoto na i-dismiss kasi hindi ko naman nakita yung final na first, second, third. Ayoko naman bumoto ng hindi ko na pag-aaralan. Ayoko rin naman mag-inhibit. That's why nga nung after some time, tumayo na ako. Then I'm not sure if lumapit din ako sa staff to ask na ano bang issue, etc. Kasi normal yun sa mga senador.
Okay. So hindi to yung mga agam-agam na yung proposal mo to remand or to return the articles of impeachment ay bahagi na plinano ito the day before.
I wasn't part of a plan to stand up and propose that there, etc. ng Ganon.
It was in the moment.
Oh, I mean, it's obvious to me, kasi nga, di ba, at one point in time, when we made the proposal, sabi ni Senator Bato and Senator, sandali lang, usap-usap muna kami. So, obviously, nag-uusap sila. In the same way na nag-uusap din si Senator Risa and Senator... In
Coco.
fact, may mga text sa akin si Senator Cheese. Natatawa lang ako. Kasi nakita ko, nung tapos na kami, ng 9 na ng gabi.
Ibabalikan ko lang yung pag-remand ng articles of impeachment. Dalawa ang inyong hinihingi sa Kongreso. Una, yung to say that we're so willing to do it. Pangalawa, yung certification that we did not violate the one-year ban.
Kuya Boy, one step backwards, di ba?
Okay.
Kasi after the election, all of the news was, majority na dyan, mas marami na ngayon ang pro-Duterte, kaya wala na yan.
Wala na yung impeachment.
Wala na yung impeachment.
Oo.
Lonely voice ako noon na nagsasabing, hindi pinag-uusapan dito, kung pwede o hindi. Ang pinag-uusapan dito, ano ang tama? Pinag-uusapan dito, we don't have a choice. We have to hear it. Di ba? Kaya lang nga, nung dumating yung June 2, 3, 4, lumakas yun sa media, maraming lumabas na yan. So there were more loud voices na. So when they proposed to dismiss, yun, nagganunan na yung mga voices. But from the start, many of us were consistent na regardless of the composition of the court, we have to do our constitutional duty.
Okay.
But having said that, Kuya Boy, anong pwede at anong dapat namin gawin? Yun ang debate parati eh. And then when Senator Cheese or myself says something na pwedeng gawin to, iniisip nung iba, yan ang gagawin, nagko-comment na.
Okay. Sa ngayon, as we talk, ano na ang nang-comply ng House? Bumalik na sila sa Senado at sinabi na nila,
So
itutuloy namin.
I heard in the last day, nag-certify sila na constitutional yung ginawa nila.
na wala silang
Pero kasi
violation
Kuya
ng
Boy,
one-year ban.
yung hiningi kasi namin sa kanila, na ang 20th Congress ang magsabing so even if it's the same prosecutor, Kuya Boy,
Okay. Alright.
di ba, kaya it's the same, Kuya Boy. But if your management was Company X, it's now Company Y. I'm saying, Kuya Boy, nasa Company Y ka na eh. So kahit yes ka, I have to hear from your management na
Okay.
ikaw.
Klaro ko lamang. So, yung one-year ban, nasagot na ito ng Senado at sinabi nilang, we did not violate the one-year ban.
Sinagot ng House.
ng House, I'm
Oo.
sorry. At ito'y itrinansmit na sagot sa Senado.
Hindi ko pa ho nakikita lahat. Kasi nga, ang hiningi ko, hindi lang nasabihin nila constitutional. I-certify nila kung anong ginawa nila sa first, second
And third impeachment complaints.
Mm-hmm.
Hindi mo pa nababasa, pero naririnig namin sa mga press conferences, kung tama rin ang aking pag-aalala, na itutuloy namin ito at wala
Yes,
kaming
yes.
nilabag na batas. Pero what the Senate, I think, is asking is for the 20th Congress to say na oo, itutuloy
For me,
namin.
Kuya Boy, yun yung dalawang importante. Yung 20th Congress magsabi. Kasi remember, they have an option, ha? Their option is tapusin nila yung 1 year, simulan nila yung proseso ng maayos.
Okay.
Di ba? Every year, pwede ka mag-file eh. So that's one of their options. The other option is ituloy na if they think malakas ebidensya and everything. Okay. So, first thing that's important to me is that the 20th Congress ang magsabi. Okay. Second thing that's important to me is that yung facts, ano talaga yung ginawa sa first, second, and third. Kasi kung lumabas na kinonsider yon, gumalaw, etc., di walang violation. Pero pagka lumabas na hindi nila pinagalaw tapos yung fourth, pag-iisipan ko yon, pinaikutan ba nila yung Constitution? Because there's a legal maxim them that what you cannot do directly, you cannot do indirectly.
And in the middle of all this, lumabas ang hypothetical, lumabas ang desisyon ng Korte Suprema na ito'y may violation. What happens?
Then we have to follow the Supreme Court.
You stop the impeachment process.
Then,
You wait for-
even the House, then they have to wait for the 1 year and then file.
Yun ang scenario. So, klaro uli, ibinalik sa House of Representatives as per your proposal because you wanted a compromise stand.
Yes.
Because
I didn't want it dismissed that
you
night.
didn't want it dismissed.
That night. I thought, regardless of my personal political views,
Kailangan,
I thought it would be bad for the bad for the Senate and bad for the country if we dismissed it noong
Okay.
June 10.
na hindi naririnig, na hindi napapakinggan, hindi napapanood ng taong bayan kung ano ang kaso
Even
ito.
even on jurisdiction, Kuya Boy. I mean,
Okay.
napakabigat na issue. within 30 minutes debate, 1 hour debate, didesisyonan mo. Parang ang bigat naman nun.
Okay. So, yung jurisdiction, ito'y nasatisfy na ng
Hindi pa.
19th Congress.
Hindi pa nila sinasubmit. Hindi ko pa
Hindi pa.
nakikita kung sinubmit nila.
Okay. Kasi yung isa, 20th Congress, dapat ang magsabi na, oo, tuloy
Yes,
kami.
yes.
Okay. So, klaro tayo doon.
But whether or not naman nila hindi isubmit, pwede naman namin i-subpoena yun sa kanila or ipasubmit or just to get their records eh. So, yung proposal ko na sila na mag-submit is just to make it easier.
Oh, kasi may mga pananaw din na, bakit kinakailangan pa? Nag-file na kami eh. But I now get your point.
Because nga ako may nagsasabing hindi, di ba? So, kung tayong dalawa lang nag-uusap, Kuya Boy, binenta mo sa akin kotse mo, walang papel, no problem.
Okay.
Pero biglang si Amboy naghahabol dito, sandali lang, hindi kotse ni Kuya Boy yun, akin yun. Di, normal sa atin, sige, produce mo yung papel.
Alan, hindi ba paninigurado rin yan ng Senado na historically, kung ito'y lilingunin, ang nagdesisyon, hindi lamang ang Senado, pero kayo ang nagsabi na constitutionally and procedurally sound ang aming complaint.
Yes, Kuya Boy, kasi
at gusto namin gawin pa ito.
Kasi kung hindi, Kuya Boy, di ba, katulad ni Senator Tolentino, legal luminary yan, maraming master's degree yan, aral yan. Ang tingin niya, hindi pwedeng tumulay eh. And kahit sinong Pilipino na, of course, it's up to the Supreme Court kung sabihin lang wala kang standing. But assuming may standing ang taxpayer, they can question it, ha? Na ang nag-impeach yan, 19th, hindi 20th. So, why go through that pa kung ang 20th naman can be the one to say na, no, we're interested at itutuloy namin.
So, klaro, na returning the articles of impeachment to the House of Representatives is not tantamount to a functional dismissal.
Yes, it's not.
As people say. Okay.
In fact, nilagay namin sa motion yon. This is not a dismissal.
Okay. Nandoon pero kini-question din yon. Dahil may pagka-oxymoronic na ibig sabihin, ni-remand, ni-return, pero sinasabing, we're not dismissing.
Ang dismissing kasi, Kuya Boy, ibig sabihin, tapos na eh. Diba? So, for example, Kuya Boy, even without that order.
Narinig ko lang kasi Senator Riza saying, remand, return, pare-pareho yun, dismissal.
Ang dismissal kasi, Kuya Boy, no one can do anything about it unless the Supreme Court reverses us.
Okay.
Eto, unang-una, tuloy yung summons eh. Tuloy yung proseso. So, it's just that the House has to do something. Of course, if the House at any time, if the prosecution says, we don't want to prosecute anymore,
Okay.
di ba? More or less, tapos yung kaso mo. Unless, yung exception doon, Kuya Boy, kung ano na, umatras yung prosecution pero submitted na lahat.
Napakahirap ng posisyon ng Senado in the context of trust of the people. Pero pupuntahan ko yon. Kasi marami mga comments. Halimbawa, moro-moro lang ang impeachment trial ni VP Sara. Can you comment on that?
Definitely hindi. I mean, you have 23 senators now and 24 din na iba-iba ang pag-iisip, iba-iba ang tingin. You have people there not thinking about 2028. You have people there that may be candidates in 2028. You have independents. Masyadong boy, it's yung nakikita natin drawing na may strings at puppets. Mahirap gawin yun sa Senado na 23
Okay, I
senators.
just saw the most recent survey on preferences of presidential candidates for 2028. VP Sara at 35%, followed by Leni Robredo, Bongo, etc., Tulfo. Frontrunner ngayon si VP Sara kung ang pag-uusapan ay ang 2028 elections. Tanong, at kung ano ang iyong comment doon sa mga nagsasabi na itong impeachment case is meant to stop her from being president of this country.
I will not answer anything political, Kuya Boy, because I took an oath, political neutrality. But I will answer anything that's obvious. Obvious na, kasi ang penalty, perpetual disqualification eh. So, kung ikaw ay isang sa nag-file, at ikaw isang tumutulak dito, obvious na ayaw mo siya patakbuhin sa 2028. But it would be unfair to say that that's the only reason. Kasi there are people who there are groups in the country na walang pakialam kung sino nakaupo, will always hold you accountable. So, meron din ganun. So, ang hirap i-generalize.
Okay.
But definitely, Kuya Boy, may mga politiko at may politika dito na kasi pag sa ombudsman yan, pwede pa siyang tumakbo. Kasi ang tagal pa niya bago umabot sa Supreme Court.
Okay. Kung anong pinag-uusapan, nakasalalay din.
Kasi ako, Kuya Boy, just so that you know, ang political stand ko parati sa ganyan, talunin nyo na lang sa eleksyon.
Okay.
But having said that, I'm not saying don't hold a person accountable, but ganun talaga sa eleksyon may mabango, meron hindi. But all throughout history, Kuya Boy, for example, no, in our recent history, sino lang ba ang vice president na frontrunner na nanalo? Si President Erap. After that, lahat ng frontrunner hindi rin nanalo. So, election yun So, trust, you cannot say that you trust people tapos ayaw mo mag-eleksyon.
Okay, fast forward tayo, end of impeachment. As a senator judge, you make your judgment. Sigurado kang may sektor na magsasabing it's a travesty, it's a mockery
Either
of
way,
justice.
Kuya Boy.
Either way, di ba? You're aware of this.
Yeah.
Pero sa iyong estimation, Alan, gaano kalaki ang tiwala ng taong bayan sa Senado as an impeachment court?
Siguro po yun ang lamang namin mga third at fourth term na may konting wisdom na dulot both ng experience and yung personal journey namin. Of course, how God dealt with us during that time. Kasi Kuya Boy, ganyan na ganyan nung kay President Erap, he was very popular. Kay President GMA, 50-50 nung una, tapos naging unpopular. Nung nag-Blue Ribbon Committee kami kay Vice President Binay, the first month, etc., grabe popularity niya, kami sinisisi. But later on na lang, it's history that will judge. So, we have to take the heat kung ano man ang feeling at kung mahahati man ang bansa. But if you do the right thing, the judgment will come much later.
Okay.
Even sa lawyers ngayon, kay CJ Corona, to be fair to all sides, ngayon pa lang pumapasok yung anong tingin nila, kung tama, mali, at iba-iba pa rin yung opinion.
Oo. I agree. Kasi yung mga naglalabas ng balita, halimbawa ngayon, on how the senator judges voted during the Corona trial, mas maraming klumaklaro, at least ako, sa aking personal experience, na kaya pala very emotional si Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago when she was making a discourse on SALN, and it became very, very personal. But that's an aside. Pero naiintindihan ko rin, personally, how do you behave in an extremely polarized political environment as a senator judge?
The best sana nga was, kasi in the earlier days, kasi Kuya Boy, remember, it's also the environment, di ba? So, kahit anong good ng seed mo, saan mo ba itatanim yan? Di ba? Is it on rocky soil? Is it good soil? Sa tubig, di ba? So, remember, iba din kasi yung yung accountability is constant. But yung how people express themselves, how you comment, etc., iba-iba. Iba nung 90s, iba nung early 2000s, iba nung 2010, iba ngayon, di ba? So, parang ngayon, anyone you ask to keep quiet about it, parang sinusupil mo yung kanyang, binabara mo yung kanyang, hindi yung kanyang opinion, pero karapatan magsalita. Kasi, theoretically, di ba, pwede mag-gag order, pwedeng, walang magsasalita dito. Pero, hindi papayag si Senator Risa at Senator Coco. Hindi rin papayag sila Senator Bato, etc. So, dun sa amin na, I would say is more independent. I will not use the word neutral or whatever, but the more independent. Kasama sa package ngayon yun tapos, kita mo Kuya Boy, no? I found it totally wrong. Huwag magagalit sa akin kasi mga kaibigan ko rin. Yung mga nasa media at saka yung mga networks na during the campaign, tatanungin nyo yung kandidato, are you for or against impeachment? You can ask that to members of Congress, you can ask that to mayors, to governors, konsehal, bukal. But you should not ask that sa senators kasi they're supposed to be the judges. They're called to take an oath. Pero kung nandun ka sa ticket ni ni Vice President Sara, pag sinabi mong I'm for it, hindi kayo boboto ng partido nila.
At hindi ka rin pwedeng tumahimik.
Hindi ka rin pwedeng tumahimik kasi para ganun din naman sa admin. Pag sinabi na ni President Marcos, 'di ba, na hindi siya directly involved doon. So pag sinabi ng senator, but behind the scenes, naririnig naman natin yung feelings ng mga senador. So, ang point ko, Kuya Boy, kung meron anong dapat at anong pwede sa Senado, ganoon din sa public opinion. Di ba? Pwede ka ba magsayo? Pwede. Pwede ba magtanong ang media, Sir, senador ka, are you pro? Pwede. Pero dapat ba?
Oo.
So, we, as a nation, we're on a journey, but we have a lot to learn about our values, about accountability, about how we treat each other, even if we disagree with each other, di ba? And then, tingnan mo, Kuya Boy, di ba, in the heat of all of this, nangyari yung 12-day war dyan sa Middle East, we have a large Muslim population. We have a large Christian population. But more than that, how many millions ang Filipinos na nandun sa region na yan? So, hindi mo rin talagang pwedeng sabihin, eto lang it's unfair to say na talikuran na yung impeachment kasi ang bibigat nitong issue. But it's also unfair to say, impeachment muna, wag natin pansinin yun. Kasi tunay na mga buhay ng mga yun eh. May namamatay dyan, may nasasaktan dyan eh. Diba? O, having said that, Kuya Boy, anything about accountability, lalo sa public funds, may namamatay din dahil sa public. Di ba? May tulay na nga na bumaksak eh. Sa mga kababayan, be active but be patient kasi you'll be seeing more of that. No? Not only in the impeachment but as we get up to 2028. Kasi nga, naging toxic na ulit yung ating politika.
Kanina napag-usapan natin yung pagmamanman ng tao sa kilos ng mga senator judges. Senator Bato sumama sa Malaysia kay VP Sara, which is tantamount to saying na paano ka magiging cold, neutral, and impartial kung gano'n. Meron naman mga nagsasabi na how can Senator Riza be cold, neutral, and impartial? Napaka-vocal niyang critic sa mga Dutertes. And then you have a sector naman which is very suspicious of the moves of the Senate President. Ang gulo.
Yeah.
Depende kung nasaan ka. Ikaw naman, na taong bayan, nanonood, at coming from an election, klaro kung nasaan ang boto mo, meron ka na ring opinion kung nasaan ka pagdating dito sa impeachment case. It's difficult.
I really respect if it will be confusing for the younger ones. Because it's confusing for us. Samantalang nung 80s, 90s, at 2000s, clear lahat yan, Kuya Boy, di ba? Nung time na yon, any appearance of impropriety, iiwasan natin. Di ba? Pag judge ka, kahit kapatid ng, or biyanan mo yun, or whatever, either inhibit ka, but again, sui generis, yung korte. Pag nag-inhibit, di ba? We can say pareho silang mali. We cannot comment. Kaya nga sabi nga ni Senator Cheese, di ba? Sa ordinary court, meron kasi tinatawag na voluntary inhibition at meron din yung pwede kang i-force yung may inhibit siya. At pag ayaw niya, you can go to a higher court. Walang ganun sa Senado eh. Kasi nga, pag nag-inhibit ang more than 8, Kuya Boy, acquitted na yun.
That's tantamount on acquittal.
Yes, kasi you need 16 eh. So far yun ang interpretation. That you need 2/3 and absolute yung 2/3 na 16. So if 9 of the members say, inhibit ako or masyadong magulo yan, out ako, 15 ka lang, so hindi mo makukonvict.
Okay.
Diba? So, ibang klase, Kuya Boy. And you know, to be fair to lahat ng gumawa ng constitution, during that time, you had opinion pages. And we had really great thinkers during that time, diba, that helped us form opinions. But you didn't have social media. So you probably had what, 70 million Filipinos noon, but you probably heard the opinion of what, 100, 200, di ba? And then through the rallies, you will show, and through the ballot, kung suportado ka, hindi. Pero ngayon, Kuya Boy, kung 111 million Filipinos at lahat yan may cellphone, or at least dun sa 18 above, lahat yan may opinion.
At saka kung gagamitin mong social media at ang telepono mo, may algorithm ka na kung halimbawa ikay kumikiling dito at ikay laban sa Duterte, ang napapanood mo na komentaryo.
Doon nga ako naawa, babalikan ko lang, Kuya Boy. Doon ako naawa kay Senator Joel because he's like a younger brother talaga to me. Because remember, he ran in the ticket of President Pinoy endorsing Senator Mar and then naging VP si Congresswoman Lenny din, di ba? Pero actually, hindi siya malapit sa kalahati noon. Then DOJ Secretary de Lima filed a case with him that proved to be walang laman, no? But long story short, yung algorithm niya, nandun more sa grupong yon. Oh. On the other hand, hindi naman siya against yung mga DDS at Duterte. But when he showed me yung phone niya, sabi niya, Brad, ba't ganon? Kayo may galit, may kakampi. Ba't sa akin parehong galit? Because nga yung algorithm medyo nagulo eh. So, for example, panahon ni Senator Migs, hindi naman admin, hindi naman opposition si Senator Joel, but majority leader siya eh. So, i-assume mo na admin. O ngayon, he's our de facto majority leader, so i-assume mo rin na kung ano sabihin ng Senate President. Pero hindi ganon. He's just acting as Senate President. To your point na yung algorithm can go crazy.
Correct.
And ito pa masama, Kuya Boy. Pag may ginawa ka at yung algorithm mo kampi sa'yo, you might think tama ka.
Tama. Oo. And I was about to say that dahil nasa gitna ang impeachment trial na ito with this very real problem of hindi pa nag-uumpisa ang trial or sa kalagitnaan ng trial, I can imagine na ako, meron akong posisyon, ina-affirm pa ako ng aking algorithm na tama ako dahil, so, I don't know how the Senate is going to manage.
I'll use the word, Kuya Boy, navigate. Kasi if I
right.
may just say this out of love for my country and my people and our people, di ba? Alam mo, public opinion changes. Madali lang sabihin na mas maingay kayo ngayon, mas maingay kayo, mas marami kami, mas marami. But public opinion evolves and changes with what we do. Di ba? Baka itong artista na to, pinaka-moral, etc. But the next day, nagalit, nanampal, nag-road rage. Suddenly, the next day, yung opinion, you can't just say na...
Naniniwala ka, Alan, na may mga mangyayari, na may mga black swans, ika nga, na mangyayari sa trial na ito?
Sa bansa,
We
Kuya
don't
Boy,
know, no?
sa bansa and sa world. I mean,
Yeah.
Kuya Boy, kung tinanong mo ako nung February 5, ibang-iba sagot ko. From the time na inaresto nila si PRD. Kung June 2, tinanong mo ako, ibang-iba. Kasi yung weekend na yon, Kuya Boy, yung June 2 hanggang June 8, grabe yung opinion din at naglabasan yung ibang hindi nagsasalita. So yes, some of these are people who have not made their voice heard and then, so hindi nag-iba. They just spoke louder. But meron ding na-sway one argument or
Pero
the
may
other.
programa ba, may plano ba ang Senado na i-address ang problemang ito to, not naman convince, but to, assure people, ang taong bayan na impartial, cold, at neutral kaming mga senator judges? Is that, do you have a program for that?
I think we're all individually trying. But unless kasi we surrender our autonomy as individual senators, di ba? Ang hirap, di ba?
Pero ang tanong ko kasi bilang mamamayan, ano ang pamantayan ko sa isang judge na fair? How would I know na impartial ang senator judge na ito?
Napakahirap sa kasong ito kasi nga, if you heard Senator Amy speak, di ba? For her, sinabi niya ang cold judgment niya, politika din lang to. So ang definition niya nung fairness, iba eh. And I would assume
Political.
some people... review niyo yung sinabi niya nung,
Correct, I will.
nung that day, di ba? At first, nagulat din ako, but thinking about it, di ba? Kasi if everyone agrees that it's a fair impeachment, fair, etc. So we can all agree on what's fair. But if one side says na, no, the whole thing is a setup, is a kangaroo. So everyone has used circus, palabas, moro-moro. Wala pa naman ako narinig na nagsabing kangaroo court, di ba? In the future, depende sa decision, pwedeng may magsabi. But yun ang problema nga, Kuya Boy. Yung sense of fairness, likha sa Pinoy yun. But what is fair, nagkakahati-hati tayo ngayon.
Okay. You've been very visible as a Christian leader, grounded on morals and values. How will this come into play insofar as, in the end, how will this play into your judgment as a judge?
I'm happy you said that, Kuya Boy, kasi marami din nag-misinterpret nung isang hearing, yung ICC hearing nung sinabi ko, di ba, na I am an ambassador of Christ. Let me tell you that context. That context is simple. all of us, whether Catholics, Evangelical, whether conservative, whether liberal sa mga churches natin, basta Christian tayo, yun ang nakalagay sa Bible, you're an ambassador. Galing ako sa DFA naging Secretary of Foreign Affairs ako. Doon ko natutunan na, pag ikaw ambassador, wala kang say, wala kang opinion. Kung ano opinion ng bansa mo, yun yun. Okay, having said that, Kuya Boy, as a Christian, you're given principles. Di ba? Principles about justice,
Okay.
about integrity. May 10 commandments, for example, Kuya Boy, na thou shall not steal. So what I meant by that is that if someone steals, as a Christian, I have to call that stealing. Diba? So if someone comes to me na, boss, kapatid mo naman yun, kapartido mo naman, hiniram lang naman yun, hindi niya ninakaw. Paano niya hiniram? Binilan niya ng bahay, ng kotse, ng yate. Hindi hiram yun, ninakaw niya yun. Diba? So, Kuya Boy, I think the identity will come. And that's why nga harsh din yung judgment pag nag-proclaim ka na you're, for example, kay Robin, when he says a good Muslim, sinabi nung anak. Diba? Ako naman, when I say a Christian, it's double-sided. Diba? Kasi as a Christian, sabi doon, always, diba, always honor God, always, kumbaga sa Tagalog siya, ibabandera mo paratit kasi siya yung central sa buhay mo eh. Having said that, values ang papasok. Ang problema, pag nagdi-disagree ang kapwa mo. So, pag nagdi-disagree ang kapwa Muslim kay Robin, medyo harsh yung salita. Pag nagdi-disagree ang kapwa Kristiyano sa akin, harsh din. But if you ask me how does it come to play, simple lang. Yung judgment ko shouldn't be done on politics. It should be on biblical principles. So, is that pakikialam ng religion? Hindi. Kasi wala namang pare, wala namang pastor, wala namang nagsasabi sa akin, vote yes or no, or ganito, or ganyan. It's just basic principles of truth, integrity, justice, accountability.
I just want to move to, well, somebody said it's an elephant in the room. Sa nagdaang 2025 elections, nakita ng taong bayan at ng mga politiko kung gaano kalaki pa rin ang influence ni former President Duterte. Ang point dito ay ang mga sinuportahan niyang mga kandidato ay napakarami ang nanalo. Let's talk about the Senate. Seto Bongo, Bato de la Rosa, Amy Marcos, Camille Villar, Marcoleta, at maraming mga local at national positions. Some would say, Alan, that political pragmatism dictates that some senators, not all, may tiptoe around the vice president, lalo na yung may mga plano. Pero the short question there is, marami ba, meron bang mga senador na takot sa mga Duterte?
Well, unang-una, Kuya Boy, yung context na 2025, eto nangyari. I will just state first na normal sa Senado yon. Hindi mo na kailangan ng 2025, hindi mo kailangan na resto si President Duterte, yung emotional. So, sa bawat alimbawa, Kuya Boy, nung si Duterte nanalo, maraming nag-tiptoe eh. Di ba? Kaya nga masama loob nung ibang stalwarts ng PDP Duterte ngayon. Kasi sabi, pinupuri niyo pa kami sa Congress ngayon kayo pa nag-uusig sa amin. Oh. Nung nanalo si President Marcos, some people expected me to be harsher and to be the minority leader. But sabi ko, inelect ng tao. So yung tiptoeing, Kuya Boy, walking fast, running, tiptoeing is part of our daily routine. Pag tulog ang asawa mo, tiptoe ka muna. Pag gising lahat ng tao, nandiyan yung mga bata, takbuhan kayo. So, but I think yung essence ng sinasabi mo, Kuya Boy, is that are we doing it for VP Sara or etc. ganyan. Again, Kuya Boy, unparliamentary kasi masama na bigyan mo ng motibo lahat. Di ba? Pero what I can say is, Kuya Boy, I think it will be hypocrisy and parang imposible naman kung sasabihin natin hindi nag-factor in
Na walang
lahat
political
yan.
consideration.
Whether ikaw ay nasa media, whether ikaw nasa politika, whether ikaw nasa business. By the way, Kuya Boy, no, in the middle of the campaign, syempre, binabantayan ko yung campaign ng ate ko. Ako naman ang mas political in terms of elections, di ba? May kausap ako na sinabi nga niya na I didn't see the study, but sinabi niya, like any other president, President Duterte retired as one of the highest. But like any other president, over time naman, yung core support mo nandoon, pero no. Pero yun talaga, nung inaresto, hindi lang talaga umano yung support, pati yung emosyon. So like ako, nakipagkwentuhan ako sa mga staff ko, may isang staff na sinabi niya sa akin, "Sir ha, alam mo naman ako, sumama ako sa'yo. Eto ng 2023. Sir, hindi naman ako Duterte. Pero sir, nung nahuli, sir, I don't know if he said naiyak o naluha siya. So I mean, Kuya Boy, don't tell me to anyone, no? So for example, babalik na rin ko naman, di ba? Doon ba kila Senator Risa, kila Mayor ngayon Lenny, former Vice President Lenny, doon ba kila Senator Kiko and the rest? Hindi ba factor ngayon na may resurgence din sila, na maganda yung suporta nila this last election, na marami nang tumitira kay Duterte? So politics goes both ways, di ba?
Allowed pa rin ba mga senator judges to do interviews, to make commentary on...
Unless may gag order.
Okay.
Kaya nga ano, Kuya Boy, para kaming tumutulay sa alambre talaga na konting misbalance. Ang difference kasi, Kuya Boy, dati, todo yung public opinion pagtingin lang mali. Ngayon kasi parang tie dahil nga sa social media algorithm. But for example, sa Senate President, hindi siya pwedeng tumahimik kasi siya ang Senate President Di ba? So yun. So, I mean, for me, fair
At
game.
kailangan may clarity.
Yeah, but ang
Sa
point ko,
dami ng ingay.
criticize him sa stand niya. Kasi kung tama stand niya, purihin mo. Pag mali stand niya, criticize mo. Pero kung sinasabi lang niya kung anong pwede at hindi, it's just a statement of fact Di ba? So, hindi niya sinasabing yun ang dapat gawin. Di ba?
Yung summons...
Ganon din ako. I may disagree with Senator Coco, Senator Risa, pero pag nag-state lang sila ng fact, Senator De Lima, I think there's very little we agree on. Most of the things we disagree. Pero pag nagsabi lang siya na pwede at hindi, and na ano siya, sasabihin ko rin na, hindi, sinabi lang naman niya, pwede. Di ba?
Okay. Last hour, sinagot yung summons ni Vice President Sara Duterte. Ilan sa kanyang mga sinabi ay, she demanded that the cases versus her be dropped. The complaint is an abuse of the impeachment process. Wala naman daw statements of ultimate facts. Stripped of its factual and legal conclusions, it's just a scrap of paper. Remanding the case removes the responsibility to answer them, and there are no impeachment articles present in the court dahil na naibalik doon sa Kongreso. What are your thoughts? Can you comment on this?
No, I'll tell you kasi, Kuya Boy, sa experience lang. Kasi matagal na ako sa Kongreso at matagal na rin akong abogado. Actually, walang bago dyan. Yan ay mga language ng mga abogado, mere scrap of paper, etc. It's fighting for their side. So I can comment on the merits, but ibig sabihin yung sa mga kababayan, be active but be patient. Kasi you'll be seeing more of that, no? Not only in the impeachment, but as we get up to 2028. Kasi nga, naging toxic na ulit yung ating, politika. Parang ano to, Kuya Boy, di ba? Parang nag-aaway ka kung sinong gagamit ng well. Nandun na tayo sa lasunin mo na yung well para lahat ng gumamit. Okay. So, medyo mabigat yung, ngayon. But, siguro, Kuya Boy, I'll share with you isang hugot ko from experience, no? Kasi, and of course, I don't know if this can be verified or it's verified, but long after kasi yung impeachment ni former CJ Corona, and to be fair, di ba, yung nagkaroon ng court proceedings dyan at napawalang sala siya dun sa graft and corruption, or basta't may technical yan, i-google nyo na lang, nandyan naman yan. Yung maraming storya kasing lumabas na initially, hesitant or yung magiging boto is to acquit. But may mga pangyayari, may mga nasabi, nagawa, na nagbago. So yun ngayon ang pinanghuhugutan nung iba na mag-trial ka lang kasi pag lumabas dyan, di ba? Or ibalik mo kasi wala naman ako dun sa, I was in Congress pero wala naman ako dun sa impeachment court kasi my dad was a senator judge yung kay President Erap. Di ba ganun din? Di ba yung second envelope, parang sure na sila, panalo sila sa botohan pero nag-people power naman yung tao. So, may ganun ngayon, Kuya Boy. So, that's an example of the heightened political emotions, etc. No? But, compared before, not only with social media, but lawyers have learned how to use di ba, may Quadcom ka, may Tricom, so marami pang lalabas dito and it will be emotional. Sa akin lang, i-balance lang natin with yung real needs ng ating, ngayon, pasukan. Ilan sa mga kababayan natin nahihirapan sa pag-aaral ng mga anak? Ilan estudyante yung, di ba, na news recently, walang kuryente ibang schools, walang connection, may magdo-donate ng computer, wala namang internet. So it's real, Kuya Boy.
Okay.
So it's real that we have to do everything to hold people accountable. It's real na dapat ang Senado will come out of this. Sinabi ko yung Kuya Boy nung tahimik lahat that the Senate is also on trial.
Right.
Di ba?
I heard you say that.
Yeah. Having said that, di ba, there are also real problems. So we have to find a way to, tingnan mo Kuya Boy, yung lahat ng ibang bansa, magkakagulo kung may kudeta. Except Thailand. Why? Kasi na-find na nila yung way na it's part of their system, pero tuloy ang negosyo, tuloy ang public service. But it's still disruptive, Kuya Boy, but not to the point na tigil lahat. So, we have to learn. Magulo magulo, emotional, madumi ang politika sa Pilipinas.
Okay.
And we have to learn to deal with it. And we have to make it cleaner. We have to make it less confusing. But sometimes, Kuya Boy, dadaan ka muna dun sa mas confusing bago luminaw.
Oo. At dapat patuloy ang pagmanman. We have to continue our vigilance. Pero dapat bukas, nakikinig, at bukas ang puso at isipan.
Siguro ang request ko, Kuya Boy, kung kung may genie tayo kaharap at sabing one wish, no? Sana may mga statesmen and stateswomen, yung parang what's the right word? Kasi parati na lang parang, Senado, bakit hindi kayo? Yung mga politikong binabanggit nyo, may mga pinagdaanan din yan. Di ba? But ang point ko, sana may mga magbigay ng mga opinion, then na mas marami na klarong na hindi rin political at meron naman, Kuya Boy, hindi lang lumulutang. Kasi ngayon, 'di ba, parang sa social media mas matapang ka, 'di ba? Or parang nung 'di ba, nung bawal pa yung wala pang mga Netflix, mas maghubad ka, mas papanurin ka. So but we need people with not calm voices, but voices that are just what's right, what's legal, what's to guide all of us. Kahit kami sa Senado, nagbabasa din naman kami. Nakikinig din naman kami. Kaya lang kung panay mura naman yung pinaabot mo, bakit naman kami makikinig?
Again, bumabalik ako sa algorithm. Kasi meron naman, Justice Ascuna has a different view as opposed to, let's say,
Let me agree with
Justice
you with
Uno.
Justice.
Oo.
No, kasi kay Justice Ascuna,
uh-huh.
wala siyang pakialam kung both sides magalit sa kanya. Basta't niya doon.
Right.
Ang nangyayari lang, yung one side gagamitin yung opinion niya yung kabila. But for example, Justice Ascuna, for me, he's one of those calming voices na I think all sides should read and listen to. No?
Okay. Uling katanungan. Senator Bongo was quoted to have said na, I know you know the context. Di naman makakain itong impeachment trial na ito. Pero I think the question is, gaano ba kahalaga ang impeachment trial ni Vice President Sara Duterte sa taong bayan?
Any impeachment case, any holding of accountability. Sa isang show natin sa CIA with BA Kuya Boy, di ba, nabanggit ko na I was talking to a person I admire at sinabi niya sa akin, Alan, napansin mo ba? Sa mga bansa, of course she said it in English kasi hindi siya taga-Pilipinas, but sabi niya, Alan, did you notice that any country where stealing, cheating, and lying is a big issue, that country develops. But in all countries where parang konting daya, okay lang. Everyone lies, okay lang. Sino bang hindi nagnanakaw? So, pabayaan mo. What happens, it gets worse. So yes, Kuya Boy, I've been dwelling on that ilan months na. Kasi minsan, di ba, parang may hypocrisy pag sinabi mong, magnanakaw. May nagsabi nga na, former cabinet member na, mag-uwi ka lang ng paperclip galing sa opisina mo. Technically, nagnakaw ka rin di ba? Nag-uwi ka ng bond paper na dapat sa opisina, pinangsulat mo sa anak mo. Technically. But, yun, Kuya Boy, medyo gumulo yung ating politika. But, so to answer your question, it's any issue of accountability is important. But how we handle it is also important. So, the context for me, Di na just pose kasi yung extreme eh. To be fair kila Senator Coco, never naman yung sinabing hindi importante yung ibang bills. And to be fair kay Bongo, ang tingin ko ang context naman nila at ni Senator Robin kasi nakita nila yung agenda for the next two days eh. 'Di ba? So when the issue is emotionally charged, we will pick what they say. That's why sa amin, kailangan mag-ingat din. Ako madalas ako pagalitan nila ani kasi parang, ba't mo pa sinabi yun? But Kuya Boy, you cannot also, hindi ka rin pwedeng, hindi naman plastic, pero hindi naman pwedeng yung bawat isang lumabas sa bibig mo, iisipin mo twice, 3 times, di ba? Hindi naman to shooting na eto script, huwag ka na mag-adlib eh. So, we also have to excuse each other ng konti. So, I disagree with many senators, but I found it enriching to be able to listen to them and to be able to go up and then pwede bang ganito, pwedeng hindi. Ngayon, history na lang mag-judge kung tama yung collective decision namin.
Maraming salamat.